As somebody who has been on this platform and, well, the internet as a whole for a while, I can confirm that topics of focus and themes for content are constantly changing, and there's nothing wrong with that. It does, however, give rise to a more unsettling behavior that I feel that no one is taking the time to talk about, and that's not letting people enjoy the things they like. I want to talk about this particular topic broadly and in two separate parts. The first being those who wish to enjoy something old and that most people have moved on from, or those that are bullied for liking something because they are a new fan and weren't here from the start of it all. The second group I want to mention are those shamed for enjoying something just because it's trendy to dislike it. There's also a subgroup in this where people feel forced into not liking something because influential people spoke out against it. Looking at the first group, these are the people who find enjoyment in old TV shows, movies, video games, books, and so on. They have every right to take joy in using an old reference or dead meme, but the results can be harsh as others in the community try to tell them to let it die already, or you're only a fan of said thing if you were here from the start. But isn't that a closed-minded and limited way of thinking? To me, showing someone younger, or just a new person in general, something that they haven't seen before is great. If they discover it on their own, that's even better. Let them have a similar experience with it, like the one you did, instead of trying to make them not want to have anything to do with it. You believing something has had its time and should be put to rest doesn't mean you have the right to ruin somebody else's experience with it. How does that even seem fair? Moving on to the second group, where it's trendy to dislike something, so hearing that somebody likes that provokes a negative reaction, but has anybody ever stopped to wonder why? I take the character Sakura Haruno from the Naruto series as my example here. It's pretty much common knowledge all over the internet that Sakura is a disliked character. Sakura is useless, or I hate Sakura, are basically buzz memes in the Naruto fan base at this point, and any Sakura fan that dares to show their face will be killed on sight. Fans of this character are seen as trash, but in reality, is Sakura the useless character the meme makes her out to be? Many beloved characters wouldn't have survived the series without her, but that's another video for another time. Being a fan of something you are automatically supposed to hate can pose many bullying and harassment issues, but over what? A fictional character, a dead meme, a certain iffy episode? To be honest, it's not much to be upset with people over, but it's a common behavior in these group environments. Finally, the subgroup I mentioned, and this is a really iffy topic, so there are many examples of things that were cool or trendy at one point, and then someone came along and gave a bunch of reasons why it's not as great as everyone thinks it is. And this causes a little thing called a paradigm shift, which is just a fancy way of saying that a large group of people went from believing one thing to now believing something else. Paradigm shifts are what urge the human race forward and allow us to develop new skills and better technologies. But you can also use this as a way of making a group of people think the same way you do and not necessarily the right way. This is also achieved by popular figures who use their followings to push their own agendas. Knowing their diehard fans will support them no matter what, it is easy to feed them whatever information is required to achieve the desired result. No matter what category you may fall into, I want to let you know that you are allowed to enjoy things whether people around you agree with that or not. Enjoy whatever books, TV shows, movies, games, YouTubers, memes alike. Remember that in the end of every review, there are skipped good parts. Every call-out video is a one-sided story, and every distasteful comment is not necessarily justified. Think for yourself. Decide based on your own feelings which things you want to enjoy and which things you don't. Stop letting others decide what you can and cannot enjoy for both you and your friends. You don't need a green light from anyone. Be yourself.